Oof, my parents exploded computers because I mean, that's the difference between the two sets of things as well. I feel like young people went to all the risky websites and so got a lot of viruses that way. And then old people who didn't understand the internet and didn't understand technology but were using it did more of like oh, I got this email saying that my bank account has been hacked. Now I need to click this website to make sure that I get it back. And then suddenly, boom, they've got a virus on it. And it's like, oh, good job. I think one of the scariest hacks that we ever had is my father's laptop actually had one of these things where every time you turned it on, it would just immediately go into a screen that said like, this laptop has been seized by the police. Blah, 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 blah. You've downloaded this or this or that. We have this evidence to like get it back. You have to send this much money to this bank account. And it was like, that's clearly a scam. Like, I remember when that happened, my dad was like, what did you download? What did you do? And I was like, I don't use your laptop. That's a scam, you idiot. What did you do? It's like, nah, you can't blame me on this one. I don't click any of those suspicious emails, my dude. Oh, God. Yeah, that shit is actually terrifying. That kind of virus, or just like blue screens of death in general, are always terrifying. I believe that's called ransomware. Yeah, ransomware grabs like a bunch of old people. I think that happens to all of us. I think all of our parents at some point realize, oh, I can't even keep up with it anymore, and have to be like, is this a scam? This person is saying I owe them money, or, oh, is this a scam? Like, this person, they know my details. They know my grandchild's name. They said my grandchild is in jail and I have to pay money to pay the bail for them. And they used me as their emergency contact. And it's like, wow, scammers do some horrific things to old people. Dysphoria blotchy. I fell for a lot of scams and got a lot of viruses as a young autistic kid who thought it was illegal to lie on the internet. Oh no, that's really messed up. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't even think of that side of things as well, because like when I was a kid, like that was all that IT was for us. Like when we did quote unquote information technology, it wasn't about coding, it wasn't about programming, it was learning to use the Microsoft programs, so like Microsoft Word, Excel, spreadsheet, and PowerPoint. And it was learning like what not to do on the internet. Like our IT classes would literally be about like stranger danger and like, oh, don't give other people your personal details. Don't give out your phone number on the internet. You can join chat rooms if you want, but always make sure the person you're chatting to is of a decent age and you don't say anything too personal or too dangerous. Never try to meet anyone from the internet online. And nowadays it's like, everybody meets online. Most people meet most of their friends online nowadays. Start to meet them at like conventions or like meet up offline and then, yeah, develop their best relationships that way. To this day, I didn't know how I was able to go into chat rooms as a 12-year-old and just chat for several hours, oftentimes with creepy old men, later turned into writing fantasy RP. That's exactly how I got started too. I got started in the AOL online chat rooms. And I remembered yeah, I remember talking with people who were very clearly adults and not paying attention to how dangerous that was at the time. And I remember like one of my worst experiences, one of my like most embarrassing things as a child was like talking to a girl for a while and being like, oh my God, I love her. She's so cool. She's into all my nerdy stuff. She's awesome. And then exchanging phone numbers. And then as soon as she had my phone number, she would just not stop calling it. And my parents would pick up and be like, who is this girl? Like it was just like immediately like regret and being like, oh God, now they know what I'm doing on the internet. But yeah, that's why it led into like chat rooms and stuff like that instead. I never gave out my phone number after that. That was an immediate lesson of like, sometimes people pretend to be nice until they have your details and then they overuse those details and become a different person. Omegle? Yeah, thank God I was too old for Omegle. Omegle would have been incredibly dangerous. Any of those kind of chat rooms. They just made one of those specifically for VTubers as well. And I'm like, do we really want to repeat these things? Like, are we really? I forget what it's called, but there's some like, yeah, some site now where it's like specifically for VTubers to do an Omegle kind of thing and just meet with other VTubers. And it's like, it sounds like a cool idea if you're using it for content production, but I can just imagine how much like horrible shit you could do to someone if they're like joining in a chat room and like, depending on one, what your model can do, or two, what else you can put on the screen. Yeah, you could really fuck with people.